broadcasting live from the Black Eyed Susan Day. You are listening to 1010 AM Talk Radio WOLB Team Radio Baltimore. We are out live on location. I'm so excited to be here with Christine Dickson and Donna Smith, and I'm Patsy Anderson. We have a great program. This is new for us, the Black Eyed Susan Day. The event is 140 years old. I'm so excited to be here. Ladies, how about you?
Wonderful. This is great.
This is so fantastic. This day couldn't be better.
At least you have a hat on, Christine.
I know, and it's actually a beautiful day in Baltimore, 75 degrees and with a nice wind, so this is fantastic for us.
It is amazing. We have a guest today who we're going to be interviewing.
Yes, we do. We have Linda Penkala here. She's one of Maryland's first female jockeys. Hi, Linda.
Hi, how are you? Great to be here with you.
I know. Welcome to our show. I mean, I understand that you're here today doing some training. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, I'll be sharing how to read a racing form and just the ins and outs of the racing program here at the track today for many that might not have ever seen them before, and just to show them the where the grandstand is, the backside, and just how much jockeys have to weigh from time to time for each race.
Okay. So, Lynn, have you done this program before at Black Eyed Susan Day, or is this the first time you're doing this program?
Oh no, this is the very first time, and I'm really excited because it's like trackside with Linda down by the rail toward the turf course. And so people will just come up, ask me questions, or I'll do a little tutorial about it so people can see just how to place a bet or to understand the difference in the racetracks if a horse trained in another racetrack in another state compared to Pimlico today.
Okay. And what is Black Eyed Susan Day to you? I mean, you've been at the races, you've been in Maryland for a while. What is Black Eyed Susan Day for you?
Well, the fun part is that it's about the fillies. It's about the girls, which is what the fillies are, and it's about 3-year-old filly thoroughbreds that compete today at the Black Eyed Susan. And so, just like the Kentucky Derby has the Kentucky Oaks, which is the day before the Derby, we have here in Maryland, we have the Black Eyed Susan Day. And so it's fillies competing against each other going a distance, 1 mile and 1/16. My heartfelt love of this race is my friend Lisa Rook, who was a jockey years ago, won this race.
Oh, fantastic.
When I was pregnant with my first son, Lance, she won it going wire to wire. And so that was really huge because that was the first time a woman had ever won a stake race here at Pimlico.
Oh, fantastic. Is she here today?
No, she's not.
Oh, okay. No. I understand there's some other ex-jockeys here too. Is that correct?
Yes, I'm sure there are many other ex-jockeys, yes.
And there's another event that you're participating in, the Morgan Stanley event?
Yes, yes. Today's the Black Eyed Susan Morgan Stanley Baltimore Washington Chamber event of bringing women, businesswomen together to meet, talk, to mingle, and to just have fun together, a delicious luncheon. Then you could hear a speaker that's undergoing right now, Carla, and then through the day you could go out to the rail and see live racing, and that's the great part, is you see live racing. You're in the infield just like we're going to see on the TV tomorrow, unless you're going to come back for the Preakness.
Okay, and tomorrow's Preakness, what's that about? Tell us. I mean, I heard it's the 140th Preakness. Are you excited?
I'm very excited, yes, very excited. And I think the weather's going to be just fine, and it's going to be an awesome race. Of course, everyone wants to, shoot for, a winner of the Triple Crown.
Okay, well, then
we'll see if American Pharaoh is going to win.
How did you even get to be the opportunity to come here today and train people about taking bets and so forth?
Well, I'm a member of the Baltimore Washington Chamber, which is a regional chamber here in this area. And in doing so, I've come here the last 2 years because the chamber partnered with the Maryland Jockey Club, with Karen DeFrancis, and we have worked on the Black Eyed Susan Day here, the biggest girls' day out, which is happening right now. And so within that framework, they asked me to encourage and help and teach people how to read a racing form, how to look at a program, understand what weight is all about for jockeys that are, on the horse. And so of course, I donate my time for that to encourage people to have fun at the races. So when there's a turf race, we're going to go down to the rail so that you can see really, really close how that race is unfolding from the quarter pole, the top of the stretch, all the way down to the wire. And that's where all the action happens in a race when jockeys are vying for position to be sure they get to the wire first.
Okay, so tell us generally, how do you place a bet? Just tell us picture someone coming into Pimlico today or tomorrow. Give us some advice. What would you tell a novice like myself? Because this is my first time at the Preakness or any Preakness event. So what would you tell me?
Well, you could look at the very bottom of the program and see what the handicappers pick. And you could, if you're a very conservative person, you could go with that and pick one of those top 3 picks on the bottom of the program if you're conservative. Now, if you're not and you have a lot of a high risk taker kind of person and you like a long shot, so it all depends on, just like your financial advisor asks you that profile of are you conservative or a risk taker. And so if you like a long shot and want to try to make money with your $2 bet, so you could bet on a 20-to-1 shot. So if it's a 20-to-1 and the horse goes off and finishes, if it won, that would be $2 times 20, that's 40 plus the $2 you bet. So you would get $42. So it kind of all depends on whether you're conservative or you're a risk taker. But there are other little rules that I just told the women at my lunch table. Sometimes a gray horse can come in 1-2. You have to kind of look at those gray horses. For some reason, they always, and the gray horse just won.
Oh,
recently, yeah. So little things like that, and sometimes, things like numbers. Sometimes the 2-4 exacta comes in. Sometimes the 1-3, silly things like that. But I would just look in the racing form to see if the horse has run on this track before. That's key. Like if it just ran in the last 2 to 3 weeks at Pimlico, and if it was on the board. So the horse that knows this racetrack already, that has some experience on it, or a horse that has trained here, all its life, and you can see has run at Maryland tracks. That's a good indicator as well. And weather also plays a part in it. It's a beautiful day today.
Gorgeous day.
It is. So it's a dry, fast track. And so you want to look at what speed has done today from the first, second, third race. If you're going to bet on the 7th race, you want to see what did the first 5, 6 races, where were those horses that won? Were they 1-2? Were they first and second most of the race out of the gate? This is a track that holds the speed. So right out of the gate, sometimes the speed holds, which means horses can go wire to wire. Or you really want to be close to that horse that's in front. You don't want to let that horse get too far away.
So this is why I always see people rush to the thing to bet right before the actual race, because you don't bet ahead of time. You wait so that you can do all those projections.
Right, and sometimes I like to see the post-parade. So when you're here live and you're going to bet a few minutes before post-parade, I like to see sometimes how frisky a horse is in post-parade with the pony. If the horse is really lively, or if the horse is really lathered up in its neck, very nervous and has a foaming on its neck in the reins. They're a little nervous. I personally like to see a horse that's calm and cool and collected and really all about business, gets in the starting gate, serious, and is right there.
It sounds like people in life. People in life should be like that. That's what we look for.
Well, no, because actually in my career as a lawyer, that's actually good advice. That's advice that I give to my clients when they're preparing for a trial or anything.
Become cool and collected.
Watch your body language to see whether or not you're credible. So I mean, because I'm actually going to listen to everything she's saying and see how the horses do tomorrow, since I'll be busy with this today, based on what you're saying, because that's actually great advice.
Right now, since we're here at the races today, you can bet on the Preakness tomorrow.
Well, it's probably not a good idea.
No, but it's okay. Well, it might rain tomorrow later. It might. But you can bet being on what happens with the speed today. So you really have to see what did this racetrack produce speed-wise in terms of who won the race. Were they all 1, 2, 3? Were they all laying first, second, third? Or did horses come from out of it? I'm not saying horses can't come from out of it at Pimlico, but you want to look at the averages of what do most horses do at this particular racetrack, which is totally different than Laurel and totally different than Bowie, totally different than Timonius.
Have you ever raced here?
Oh yeah, many times.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I had my first major injuries right here at the quarter pole. Horse broke down and I dislocated my shoulder. Yeah, I rode many races here on the turf track too.
So I got to ask this question: are you placing a bet today?
Yes.
I think she already told us at the start of the show who she's
Oh,
gonna
she
probably
did?
get.
I couldn't get connect. Oh, you did?
Well, tell us again what
Yeah.
she did say. Now that you've explained all of that, tell me why the horse
Right.
that you're watching, why do you think he's going to place tomorrow?
Well, in watching Dortmund win the Kentucky Derby, I think he had a lot of heart and a lot of run left in him. Kind of just ran out of track. So I think in a well-run race, I think he's going to lay off the pace a little bit. American Pharoah could be tough, and this is Bob Baffert's 2 horses that are in the race. But I kind of like Dortmund, first of all because he's big and strong and chestnut, which is a red horse, and he looks like Secretary in my mind. And he just looks like he's ready for a race like this.
Well, you know I'm going to place a bet on him, and I'm still going to place a bet on American Pharoah just because I want to see a Triple Crown. How long has it been since we've seen a Triple Crown?
Oh,
It's been years. It's been a long
Over
time.
20 years.
And so the next race after this is the Belmont.
Yes,
Have you ever been there?
I have. I raced at Belmont. That's
Oh,
where
wow.
I began my career.
In New Jersey?
In New York.
In New York.
Yes,
Okay.
I started at Belmont in 1973, and then I came to Merrill in 1977. So that's where I started my career, and then from there I would go down to farms in Ocala, Florida, to learn how to break racehorses on a farm. So you're learning with yearlings, and you're green, they're green, and you learn how to belly a horse and get a racehorse to understand how to have a saddle on their back when they are 1 year old.
Oh, okay. Well, Linda, it was great talking to you. I know you have to leave us at 1:30. Tell us again how people can reach out to you. Your name of your business is Corporate Pit Stop, and how can they reach you?
Oh, well, you could just reach me online at www.corporatepitstop.com, and on the top is the Contact Us button, or my phone number is 301-317-9161, and I have a Facebook page about health. It's called Wealth of Health for You.
Okay.
Perfect.
This was wonderful talking to you. Are you coming out tomorrow?
No, I'll be watching from
Okay.
TV.
Well, best of luck on your bet, and
Thank
I'm going
you.
to follow your lead, and so I'll probably reach out to you on Monday.